Okay everybody, in today's video we're going to be looking at the Swiss K11, or K11 carbine. And this was originally supposed to be more of a specialty role carbine, but it ended up being a short rifle because the action of the Infantry Gewehr 11 was so long that you couldn't really have it with a carbine length barrel and still be accurate. So they ended up having to make it a short rifle, and it was just supposed to be a carbine for the Army, but ended up, since it was in a short rifle length, getting put into more and more roles that the long rifles were supposed to fill, and just ended up being a very popular rifle because it's really quite nice as a universal short rifle, which it would end up being later replaced by the K31 later on. But these had a pretty good production run, and there were a lot of them made, and they're pretty common in the U.S. today, and they didn't see any combat, so they're usually in pretty nice condition, unless you find one that's been sporterized or, something else over here in the States. And chambered in the standard 75x55 Swiss, feed with the cardboard chargers that the rest of the rifles do. Straight pull action, and then you slot your cardboard charger in and can feed it. 6-round magazine. The magazine is detachable, but you weren't supposed to, be taking the magazine out while you were actually using the rifle. It was more of a disassembly thing. And then you have this big ring on the cocking piece to where you can easily decock and recock your rifles, and you also pull it back to rotate it over to put it on safe. And there's kind of a vulcanized rubber that are on the handles of your bolt handle, and a lot of times that cracks and kind of just wears out over time, which is why they would switch it to aluminum on the K31s. You also have a leather sling on this rifle, which is side mounted. You have a little hanger on the back, and then on the front you actually have your markings from where it was made on a tab there. And I believe this one was made in about 1915. And up at the front, we have a muzzle cover on this one, and the way you pop that off is you just pull up and then pull it forward. And it has a stacking rod, so you can stack your rifles in a teepee, and you have a dovetail on the front sight that doesn't go side to side like usual. It goes front to back. And that helps with more minute adjustments if you only need to go a slight amount to get on target. You don't have to play the game of knocking it over too far to one side. And you've got pretty good front sight protecting wings on it. And the bayonet for this rifle was called a Pioneer bayonet. And it's a super long bayonet with the scabbard, and it's a sawback, and it slots on the end on your bayonet lug, which makes the rifle pretty long and basically makes it around the same size as the standard long rifle with a short bayonet. But it's a overall really long bayonet that they chose for it, with some other uses since it has that sawback. But the K11 would overall be a pretty good, successful rifle. Great target shooting gun. Sights on it are from 300 up to 1500 meters. And the sights themselves are a U-notch with a front post, so they're just overall really great sight picture, really great action. This is one of the better milsurp rifles out there that you can get for an affordable price. And that's about all I'm going to say about it, so let's get into shooting it some. Alright, we're going to start out at 100 yards with PPU full metal jacket ammo. Alright, that's all 6 rounds. Alright, here's our group at 100 yards, and it's a pretty nice group. It's a little bit high just because it's a 300 meter zero, but pretty decent group. Alright, we're going to load up another 6 rounds. This time I think I'll aim a little bit below the plate. Just see if that gets it more on center. That's all of them. Alright, here's our group, and real tight 4 shots here, and then this one's a little bit lower, and then this one's low. I think these low ones are just because I was trying to aim about here, and I probably just shifted down a little bit, but it's a pretty good group all around. Alright, that's going to be it for the video. We had a lot of fun with the Swiss K11, and these are just, you know, really great rifles if you're looking to get into, you know, milsurp shooting, or you want a real accurate one, because they're about as accurate as it gets, and you know, for the prices of milsurps today, it's about as cheap as it gets too, because these can still be found for the $400 to $600 range, and you really can't find much else cheaper than that. And they're just you know, great all-around rifles, and they also use a 308 diameter bores, so it's really easy to reload for them too. So yeah, if you want to see any more out of this one or any of our other Swiss rifles, let us know in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one.